introduction. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you, thank you. You know, I call this race a fresh start, and a fresh start and a homecoming for me here on Staten Island. This is my homecoming, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited about it. And I thank you all for being here. You encourage me, you excite me, because you're out here, even in this weather, to come out here on this day to open this office and to really say the campaign's on. So thank you all. Give yourselves a hand. You deserve a nice hand. So we start, and I want to thank John Galino, Tom Feeney, and everyone here who really worked to help put this together. They really have done a great job. This is where we're going to be stationed, at least at the beginning. We might have a few satellite offices as we go forward in April, but we're going to be stationed right here. So we need you to help us out, and I think we're going to start today even. We have some phone list to give you if you want a phone list, and my campaign manager, if you don't know, is Chris McCrate right here. Chris did Obama 08 here on Staten Island and was been my campaign manager for a couple of my city council races. So he knows the area well, and he is. You have some phone lists, right?
We've got phone lists. We've got a lot of stuff for people to do.
Excellent, excellent. That's great. Okay, so if you want to take a phone list and start getting involved and start making those calls, please do so, because you know, usually campaigns are marathons. This is a sprint. It's an intense sprint, but it's a sprint. As you know, Election Day is May 5th, right? Okay. Cinco de Mayo. I think we'll have the margaritas right at the time that the results come out.
9:01.
9:01. We'll have the margaritas that night, right? But so it is. It's May 5th is Cinco de Mayo, and so we'll have two reasons to celebrate, right? So that night. So it's very, very brief. We're already, this is the 14th of...
Pi Day.
Right, 14th of March. And so we're already almost through half of March. And then we have only April. That's it. All we have is April. And then the election on May 5th. So we really have to do an intense work. It's almost like being in late September, early October in a regular race. And so that's why it's important that everybody get involved right away. And I think, as John said, and Matt and some of the others have said, in a special election, usually the turnout is very small, very, very small in a special election. And so that means that whatever votes you can be responsible for to get to the polls, it's that much more important. The percentage of you getting a few people even to the polls to vote for us and for me, a tremendous amount of bigger impact than if it were a general election in November. You can really have an impact. Each one of you can have an impact on this race. So I ask you, spread the word. Everybody can spread the word, right? Everybody can spread the word. If you have a lawn and you want a lawn sign, you have posters. You want to put posters up in the stores. Please come do phone calls. We need phone calls to remind people to get our vote out, because with a small turnout, we can almost identify every single voter that's going to come out to vote. And if we identify every single voter that's going to come out to vote, what happens? We win, right? We win. And that's what our goal is. To really almost not leave it to chance. Not leave it to chance. We're going to try to know as many voters, and almost every voter that's going to go out, and that's where you all come in, because I can't be everywhere. They say I like to be everywhere, but I am only one person, and I try to get to both sides of the district, but it can be difficult in an amount of 50-something days that are left. So I really need you, not only to be my eyes and ears, but to be my advocate, to be my voice, and also to be my foot soldiers, to get out there and get the word around. Now, here I have two people are going to be helping us out running the Staten Island operation here. Paul Casale right there, and here's John. John's back there. John's over there. So John will be helping out here on the Staten Island effort, and they've been great. And John was been a candidate a couple of times in the Mid-Island. He's done very, very well out there. So I think with that combination, we can do it. And then we got a whole other operation in the Brooklyn end. And Brooklyn has Bay Ridge, Dyke Heights, Bensonhurst, Bath Beach, and Gravesend. So there are a lot of communities out in Brooklyn. And right now, I have to tell you that nobody knows my opponent's name in that end of the district. Nobody knows it, because he's right. So we'll keep it that way, right? Keep it that way, right? That's right. So
Nobody knows him here.
Mystery man.
so I think with that advantage, we all, because all those votes go into one pot, right? So with that advantage on that side of the bridge, and then coming to Staten Island with your efforts collectively, I think when we can count the number of votes we're going to get and the people coming out, then there's only one result of all that work, and that's a victory on May 5th. It really is. It really is. And it's not only a victory on May 5th, it's a victory for the people of Staten Island and people of Brooklyn, because then, as you've heard, you'll have a congressman who'll go down to Washington for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to lend a voice to the concerns of Staten Islanders. When it comes to jobs, and good jobs, what we need to do is make sure that people can pay their bills, even if they have a job, still have trouble paying their bills every month. We need to do exactly what the president said, increase the minimum wage immediately to $10 an hour, and then move it up to $13 an hour over the next year or 2 years, and then tie it to inflation, index it to inflation, so that Americans can have at least, if they have those jobs, have good wages enough so that they can pay their bills. For older Americans, the Congress has not renewed the Older Americans Act that provides nutrition and money, nutrition to seniors, money to the senior centers, keeping people independent and not in nursing homes or in hospitals. That act, that Older Americans Act, needs to be renewed. And one of the reasons it hasn't been renewed is because I'm told there aren't enough advocates in Congress who have called for it to be renewed. Well, you know what? I'm going to be one of those advocates to renew the Older Americans Act. And when it comes to issues like federal money coming back to our communities, we in Staten Island have been not in the ball game when it comes to that, because it hasn't been since Mike McMahon was in Congress that we got any federal money for any kind of transportation or infrastructure. We got some of that money back in 08, 09 to do some rehab on the Staten Island Expressway, but it wasn't enough. We need more money, and since that time we have not gotten federal money to help rehabilitate the Staten Island Expressway. Every community in this country has built a light rail system, has gotten federal money. And we're talking about a light rail on the West Shore. We're talking about bringing the light rail over the Bayonne Bridge. And yet there's zero federal money in any of those plans. That's not right. That's what a congressman can do, and that's what I will do. Make sure federal money comes back for projects like that in this community. So we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do, and certainly we're going to do it, and with your help. And I want to, if those of you who are here and could make donations, we have some donation forms somewhere around here, right? But even if you can't make donations, we need your help in terms of all the work that we have to do on the ground. Winning this race, we're going to win it on the ground, and I will be out there with you. I wouldn't ask you to do anything I wouldn't do, so I will be out there with you every single day, right? From morning to night, I will be out there with you. And I see my friends, the Killens over here, they're going to help me in the Brooklyn end also, right? And we'll do both. But certainly, we have an operation going in Brooklyn, so you can be assured of that we're gonna pull a big vote out in Brooklyn, and certainly in this part of the district. It's only a difference of zip codes. It's still the same congressional district, as John said. Maybe different zip codes, but it's still the same congressional district. It's still the same concerns. It's still the same hopes and dreams that people have, whether they be in those zip codes or in these zip codes here. We still have those dreams and concerns, and I want to lend a voice to those concerns and those dreams. So with your help, And with the help of our Democratic Party here, Tom Feeney and the rest of them in the Democratic Party, we're going to do this, and we're going to surprise people, right? I've been counted out 3 times before, and I've won every one of those races. They want to count me out now. We're going to win this one too, right? Thank you all very much. Come pick up the phone number. Oh, yeah. I didn't. Oh, Chris. Okay, Chris, why don't you tell us?
So really quick, I have just 2 things I want to say. One, we have sign-up sheets that are people walking around with. If you haven't signed up for the sign-up sheet, please come to Tom, come to me, come to Paul. We want to get your information so we can ask you ever so kindly in the coming weeks to come out and volunteer. And if you have time today, we have phones, we have lists. Please come to us and we will get you set up to help out. Thank you so much.
Can I take a little take home?
Yes, we want to
Paying attention.